Natasha, there is no stimulus deal in sight for these small businesses. How are small business owners coping?
Yeah, Jessica, they are barely surviving. And when we're talking about Small Business Saturday, the holiday season sales, there's never been more at stake than this year. And a lot of people understand that. Some of the small shop owners that we've talked to here on the square in Lawrenceville, just outside of Atlanta, they tell me about how they had to lock down in the beginning. And now that we're in the holiday season, they're not going to be seeing the holiday party bookings that they would typically get at the venues, at the restaurants. So that revenue's not coming in. In fact, the owner of Universal Joint Restaurant here on the corner, Bruce Kennedy, tells me if it weren't for the PPP loan earlier this year, his restaurant may not have survived. He says it is critical for our leaders in Washington to provide more aid for small businesses very soon. Here's what he said.
It's not, Democrat, it's not Republican, we're just people. We need help. And so, I would take all the politics out of it. That's what we're telling everybody here, take it all out and let's just be people and help each other out because we got to get through this together.
Andrew, it's great to have you with us. I know you're in Georgia, and I think you were able to just hear the anguish in that man's voice. He owns restaurants. You're not in Congress. We understand that. You don't necessarily have power to do anything about it. But what do you tell somebody like that now? There are millions of Americans out there that desperately need help, and Congress is simply not delivering for them.
Oh, we need better leadership out of Congress, Jessica. That restaurateur is not alone. Almost half of independent restaurants may close in the next number of days. And I talked to members of Congress who represent small towns in western Massachusetts and Iowa, and a lot of these towns only have one restaurant, and that one restaurant has shut its doors forever. So imagine being in a town and your one restaurant closes. That's happening in towns across the country. Congress needs to come to the table and do what 3/4 of Americans know is necessary, which is pass a cash relief bill. And I pray they get it done before year end because 12 million Americans are about to have their benefits expire.
And, Andrew, you ran for president. You've been in the political swirl. What do you think is the holdup? Why can't Congress look at each other and look at that man in Georgia and say, we've got to do better than this?
The restaurateur said it in one word: politics. The Democrats and Republicans each have been blaming each other, and there's been a gap in views on what the next step should be. But everyone around the country knows that you're seeing coronavirus infection rates go up at a time when, again, benefits are about to expire. So we need to put politics aside, and that's a very difficult thing in Washington. It's incredibly unfortunate. It's one reason why I'm here in Georgia campaigning, because I thought the best thing I could do would be to help give Joe a unified government. Perhaps then we'd see a cash relief bill. But even then, it wouldn't come until the new year, which is going to be far too late for many restaurants and businesses around the country.